I tell her, white people don't sit on the ground like this at public events. And when you're with me, I have the power to bestow upon you the status of honorary white, because much of America is so favorably predisposed towards Asians that essentially treats them as honorary white people. But she kind of resented this. But remember that National Geographic article I referenced yesterday? For almost a century in California, much of the West, there were ugly laws that would discourage people who were horribly maimed or diseased from walking down public thoroughfares. The main purpose of the laws apparently was to reduce the numbers of beggars and people who had fake diseases and disabilities and handicaps to try to beg for money. And the National Geographic, which has become quite woke, was outraged. And it's understandable why people would get outraged at laws against ugly people walking on public thoroughfares. But what struck me is there's no consideration for the welfare of the community. Right? So National Geographic was saying that modern versions of laws against ugly people on public thoroughfares are laws aimed at discouraging people from sitting down in public thoroughfares or lying down. So if you walk around a lot of streets in Los Angeles, you have all sorts of people sleeping on the streets, drug addicts, passed out. And so it makes sense to me that a community that wants to maintain its civilization, right, has to put up standards that are going to have a discriminatory effect, that are going to have the capability of cruelty, because you don't want people sitting and lying down on sidewalks. I mean, what about the great intellectuals who are pouring out their heart and soul on a live stream? They shouldn't have to dodge people sitting and lying on streets when they are transmitting, life-giving wisdom. So in California and on the West Coast, we've gone way too much in the other direction, where there's just so much of an insistence on the rights of homeless people and drug addicts and the antisocial that we have destroyed community, diminished the public good, reduced public safety.